How are you? I hope this is working well. I wanted to come on today and for Tuesday Tips and talk about digital distraction. My daughter and I were talking about it because she is a gamer. She likes to play on her computer, and she consciously, takes breaks during her playtime to read and get outside and I asked her about it one day, and she was like, I really just don't want to have it be a problem. I really want to not be, distracted from my own life. And I was like, oh, that's really interesting. And so around the same time that we had that conversation, I got an article from one of my continuing ed journals, and it was really interesting and fascinating. And I thought, oh, I'm going to share it with you. So let's talk digital distraction. First of all, let's talk smartphones. So around 93% of millennials owned a smartphone, and around 90% of Gen Xers own smartphones. They're very prevalent. The average adult checks their phone around 52 times a day. So a recent study that BMC Psychiatry put out said that 25% of young people use their smartphones in a way that has detrimental effects to their mental health and is consistent with addictive behavior. And even though the study that they were referencing is based on young people, teens and younger, the researchers say that it's across all ages, that that this information, around 25% of people who use phones tend to use them and abuse them. And here's one of the quotes that kind of popped out at me in my journal. Experts are concerned that overusing technology may affect our behavior and cognitive processes in negative ways, leading to a greater tendency to multitask and inability to concentrate deeply, memory struggles, loss of social skills, and issues related to anxiety, boredom, and sleep disruption. Well, okay, that got my attention. So then what was cool was the article kind of unpacked some ideas of what we can do to address this issue. So first of all, I think the first thing that each of us have to do is to recognize, first of all, is this an issue for me? Is this something that is a problem for me? And that's personal. I definitely notice that my favorite thing is when I can get into the woods and put the phone away. And it helps me actually when I come back that I have a different relationship with the phone. That's my personal stuff. Tell me, I'd love to hear how you feel, the phone is affecting your life. Where do you feel? I notice it's interesting when someone's trying to talk to me and I'm doing something on the phone and it's really hard. And I have to be like, either give me 1 second or put the phone down, give the person my attention. And that's kind of interesting relationally to watch how phones kind of get in between people. All right, so let's talk about the science and what the science shows, because it was really cool to see that you can really kind of start to grab hold of stuff right away. All right, so this idea was around conscious tech management. And the idea was to offer yourself a 30-day decluttering of your phone. So you look at the apps on your phone and assess, what are the apps that I need to run my life and run my business? And what apps do I not need? They're kind of, they call it optional. And this is the source for this is a guy named Cal Newport, and he wrote a book called Digital Minimalism. And do it for 30 days. Take the extraneous apps off your phone for 30 days and see how it goes. See how it goes for you. And then come back after 30 days and only restore the apps that you feel are necessary to you living your life. Because the apps are designed for us to use. The apps are designed for us to be on for a long time. And so if you're not using them, they want you to, there's an addictive quality. They want you to be using the app. So that's the first thing, is consider a 30-day declutter. Other ideas that experts have identified as helpful to taking a step back from your digital distraction is exercise, which I was like, yes. And what the research bears out is that the brain path that's created by exercise is similar to the brain path that is created by electronic use. So the dopamine that gets released, the happy feelings that get released that you get from being on your phone and you also get from exercise. And so there's a similar pathway. Mindfulness, which it's such an interesting catch-all phrase that experts use. I would say that it's about presence and it's about calm. And for this, the research bears out that it reduces the anxiety, especially uh, that's created by electronic use, but also from stepping away from it can be it can create some feelings of anxiety, FOMO, and that allowing yourself to bring calm and presence into your life helps to reduce that anxiety. Now, these next three, they need a little bit more research, but the research that is out there is leaning towards time in nature. And essentially what they're saying is that it gets you out of your head, beep, beep, boop, 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 and gets you to kind of see beyond your screen. And so it invites you to get out of your head and get into your experience of life. And time away from screens, and just taking a break from screens, even as much as 3 hours, can help you to recenter and kind of come back to yourself. If you look at screen use as kind of an escape, you can kind of come back to yourself. So these are all ideas for you to consider when you are approaching your electronic use. I hope they're helpful. I'm going to actually try it. I'm going to remove some apps from my phone and I'm going to take more concentrated breaks. I definitely do evening stuff. Let me know what you think. I would love to hear what you think about this. Have you done a detox before? Have you done any decluttering? Do you do breaks in the evening? Do you have like a Sunday that's no electronics? Let me know in the comments. I would like to hear how you handle that. Have a great day. Thanks for joining me for Tuesday Tips. I'd love to hear if you have any ideas or things that you'd like to know about. Just let me know. Talk to you soon. Have a good one.